And then back, the game decided to kick me again out of the lobby for absolutely no reason. I'm really waiting for F123 to come out and hopefully will be a better game. But anyway, we come back with the Hungarian Grand Prix, which Thales was leading till before I disconnected. Not sure how it is right now. Well, Cucumber seemed in the better position due to the hard compound of tires. And yeah, Theos did that really not good move on Mash, but good to Mash that he kept going on, and thankfully no damage to his car as well. What has happened in my absence? So what has happened is that Thales keeps leading this race, 1.6 ahead of Nick FIFA. I guess Theos made his stop. Yeah, he's the only driver to have made a stop at the moment. He's got another 3-second time penalty. Baraka trying to get past Arca, so once again it's not easy to overtake. I think he's struggling a bit in that final corner. I think the podium could well be Cucumber, Thales, and Nick FIFA. Well, probably Cucumber is gonna win the race, but Cucumber's gonna a bit off there, I think. Does Thales have a way to win this race defending Cucumber? I think it's gonna be kinda difficult, but you never know. It's Thales, a really quick driver, and he is in a really good moment now. So when Thales is in a good moment, he knows how to capitalize it. We gotta see, but at the moment we have a really entertaining race, a really entertaining battle for the win as well. Following once again the battle between Baraka and Archives. Archives also having Arieta's DRS to defend, I think. But Arieta is coming in the pit and there's a yellow flag. Who is that? I think that's Legendary Goat. Arieta in the pit lane for hard tires. Here comes Baraka once again, trying to close as much as possible to Archives, but still unable to get that move done, that overtake done. Joseph Esley doesn't seem to be on the pace today. Still is trying to save as much points as possible for the Constructors' Championship. Nick FIFA is the one on the pace today, so... And I think Nick FIFA is possibly aiming for a podium. While Archives and Baraka are in better conditions, so... What about an old podium like in the old times, Thales, Baraka, Cucumber? In whatever order, but... like in the old Season 6 times. But did they ever share the podium? Well, Cucumber closing fast to Thales. Of course, Thales on the mediums as well. I think we'll be thinking about making that stop kind of soon. This is gonna be on this lap. Yes, it is gonna be on this lap. Thales coming in the pit lane for fresh hard tires. Now Slippery Cucumber free to push in front. Where is he gonna come out? He is gonna come out way ahead of Theos. Well, not that way ahead, but very ahead. And that is Thales capitalizing his overcut on the other Brazilian driver, Theos. 1.6 ahead of Theos on the Mercedes and with better tires. Now he just has to push in front. And well, he's gonna try to bring that pace as much as he can. Oh, Theos spun it. Theos spun it there. Now Theos loses a car there. Arieta also on a really good race for himself at the moment. 3 seconds behind Thales. Theos retires on track, and hopefully that is not a safety car, please, because it will be the most stupid way of bringing out one. Oh, Tisao's out. That could be a safety car. Is it one? No, it isn't. Well, thankfully the safety car is unreduced. Oh, and at the end, Baraka just got moved on Archives. Now Baraka is ahead. Archives trying to maybe think about a little switchback, but unable to do so. Baraka 5 seconds behind Slippery Cucumber. It's gonna be really difficult to try and close that gap, but of course safety car could do the job in case there is one. But as what we saw, there wasn't one, so Baraka is now gonna try and pull away from Archives. At the moment, already 8 tenths ahead. And well, of course, both Cucumber and Baraka thinking about the overcut. Archives not losing the DRS to Baraka actually. Now he does. Now he does lose it. So I predict Baraka on the podium. I think that for sure. And then, well, Thales following him on P7 of the race. He's coming really strong to overtake Wesley as soon as possible. Mash just got the move done on Joseph Vesely. Thales now sets the fastest lap of the race, fastest man on track at the moment. Actually, Archives and Baraka on really similar pace. Archives is Baraka hasn't been able to pull that much away from Archives as I thought he would. And Baraka and Archives also have similar rear rest conditions. Also, Joseph Vesely got overtaken by Mash, but he's still sticking to the back of that DRS. Thales looking now to go for the move on Wesley. He sends it dive down the inside. Mega dive by Thales, but really good move, I have to say. I don't think Wesley is gonna fight it so hard. He knows he's on older tires. Thales on a really good race for himself. Even if he doesn't win, I gotta say he's done a really good race. Now Archives does start losing pace against Baraka. Yellow flag, I think that's the McLaren off lane. There we go once again. Quickly retakes control of his car. Now I wonder when the hard runners will come into pit lane. Baraka still stays out. I don't think Baraka could think about an undercut. I think he's just way too far behind Slippery Cucumber. Cucumber could easily cover. Archives could though think about an undercut on Baraka. Now Joseph Vesely is attempting an undercut on Mash. Wesley is also, I think, attempting, no, he's not attempting an undercut. He doesn't have anyone ahead. Thales now moves up to 5th place of the race. There's a yellow flag. That's, I think, that's Mash. That's gonna be a place for Thales. We're gonna need to fight him. And I gotta say today, well, Tails spoiled Mash badly, very, very badly. Now we gotta ask ourselves, could we be looking at Thales' maiden win of the season? Well, still a long way to go in this race. We gotta find out. He's not far from doing it. He's not gonna have any more traffic in the remaining of the race. Baraka and Cucumber are gonna pit, but he's just 12 seconds behind Baraka. Cucumber is now coming in the pit lane. This could be the moment. Baraka is also in, and Archives is in. Thales is officially gonna be leading this race and is gonna have to survive for 14 more laps. Can he win it? Can he defend Cucumber? Well, Cucumber is already out of the pit lane. How far is he gonna be from Thales? Is he gonna be behind Mash? That could be crucial here. Well, Cucumber is just a bit behind Thales. Yeah, definitely not that much. Baraka is behind Arieta. Archives is behind Baraka, of course. Still gonna be behind Baraka. But yeah, Baraka's gonna have to clear a bit more traffic. He's gonna have to get over Arieta, over Nick FIFA. Not sure how easy it's gonna be to make those moves. Well, Thales aiming for a victory. The difference between Cucumber Stars and Thales Stars isn't that much. 5 laps. But of course Cucumber is on mediums. He's gonna carry 15 laps into the end of this race. And Thales Stars still a bit of pressure there against Cucumber. But it's Hungary. Thales can try and use that to try and hold into that lead of the race, maybe. We'll see, we'll see. And now Cucumber is attacking Thales. Thales goes defensive down the inside. Cucumber sends a dive down the outside and is gonna manage to get it done. Cucumber does a mega move there to get the move done on the overtake done on Thales. Cucumber quickly takes the lead of the race. That was quicker than I thought. Really much quicker than what I thought. Gets the move done on Thales, and well, that's the move done for Cucumber. Now let's see if Thales can respond or do something against it or not. There's a yellow flag, I think that is Vialo. Well, in any case, as I said, Thales did a really good race. Maybe he's not able to win it. He is at least able to finish it in second. He's gonna do his best to try and stick to that DRS, isn't he? But that might be a bit difficult. Cucumber starts to pull away. He is standing that lead of the race. Baraka at the back of Arieta, but without any ERS to deploy against him. Might have a little bit of difficulties to get the move done, and also Arieta has DRS to defend with Nick FIFA, so that might be a train. Of course, Baraka's gonna have better grip on those pressure tires. But still, the ERS is very important in a track like this one. Still, I think Baraka is aiming for a podium today, at least. Oh, Vapor South is in the pit lane, out in the pit lane. Not gonna change anything. Baraka getting really close to Arieta, and well, he's gonna try and get that move done as soon as he can. Yeah, nothing Thales can do. Cucumber is already away. Oh, he's gonna get it done here. He's gonna get it done here, but yeah, was I think a bit too optimistic to try to go for it there, so has to back off. Arieta now doesn't have the DRS to defend, so this could be the perfect moment to get that overtake done on Arieta for Baraka. Yeah, definitely gonna get it done now on the DRS, on the slipstream, and it's quickly gonna get past. Once again, a spinner there from Legendary Goat. Baraka goes through and takes the place up to P5. So Arieta trying to switch back here, but unable to do it. Yeah, definitely not on those older tires. Baraka now gonna be aiming here for getting the move done on Nick FIFA, his old teammate, which both won the Constructors title last season, now on different teams. Nick FIFA is unable to get ahead of Mash. Mash is just backing him there. The question is, how long will this take? I think FIFA should get it done in the mains right now. The tire difference is giant. Now coming in the pit lane goes Mash. Now Nick FIFA has better ERS to defend against Baraka. Baraka of course has the better tires. Now is he gonna send it here? Yes, he's gonna send it there. Nice move by Baraka. Really aggressive there against Nick FIFA, and yeah, that's a perfect move done. I think even if Nick FIFA tried to defend, I think he wasn't gonna be able to cover Baraka for so long. So yeah, not really a point fighting here. His real rival is gonna be Arieta behind. Nick FIFA trying to save as much points possible. Actually, you gotta do the math. How would the Constructors end now? So let's see. Cucumber is scoring, who has the fastest lap? Cucumber. 31 points with this finish. Nick FIFA is scoring 17 on the 4th place. Joseph is scoring 13 on 7th place. So it's just 1 point difference. A point gap would be 3 points after this race in the battle for Constructors. Yeah, the gap would be 3 points between these guys, between Ferrari and Alpha. Bio retires in the pit lane. Could we see a little battle for podium for 2nd place between Thales and Baraka maybe? Oh yeah, we definitely will, because Thales now gets a 3-second time penalty, so he now needs to stay clear from Baraka around 1.5 seconds to the end of the race, which is going to be a bit tricky due to the conditions of Baraka's series. He could even lose it to Nick FIFA. No, I think that's going to be much more difficult. Nick FIFA is still on... Nick FIFA is on the better... no, it's on the same company of tires, not going to be many difference. Baraka now is going to try and push those tires to the line to try and get Thales place. Yeah, Super Cucumber is an absolute alien. It's literally unstoppable at this point. Do we have any battle on track? Yeah, Arcab's closing the gap to Arieta. Well, if Arcab gets Arieta and Nick FIFA, that definitely will cost some points in the Constructors for Ferrari. Oh, I think Thales made a mistake. He is now down to 2.7 behind, just ahead of Baraka. He's lost a lot of time there. The battle for podium gets on here. Battle for 2nd place. There's a yellow flag. That is the other Red Bull of Diallo. Wonder if Baraka will manage to close it totally to Palace. And get right to the back of him, put a little battle. Diallo retires in the pit lane. Archives right at the back of Arietta. Unable to get the move done. Maybe it doesn't have the enough straight line speed to do, because it's on the fresher, better tires. Actually, Arietta goes deep now, but still managed to find a way to defend his place. Yellow flag. Oh, that's Archives. That's Archives off, and that's gonna give more points to Ferrari. That's one more point, so yeah, 2 points now the distance between the two teams. Thales and Baraka pace is really similar. It still stays in the 2.5 at this point. Not sure who's gonna have the advantage in the end, because Baraka has fresher tires, of course, but he also has the mediums, which degrade quicker than the hards. So both are out of ERS totally. So we gotta find out. It's gonna be interesting ending of this race for the second place. And now, if Joseph can catch Arietta, the mediums die quicker. Would be just leave both teams in 1 point separate distance. Yeah, Ferrari looking strong here. Joseph, the consistency is saving him a lot of points in here, and that's what actually has allowed them to battle for this Constructors' Championship. Baraka closes 3/10 to Thales. Now it's 2.2 the gap. We can see some entertaining battle between these two on track if Baraka managed to catch, which is still possible. We have 6 laps to go. But as I said, the pace is very similar between these two. So we gotta see if he actually managed to catch or not. It's 2.1 now, getting a bit closer to Thales. And once again, a really solid race by Baraka, like always. Even if it comes to reserve, he always does really good races. If he tried to qualify on the softs, I think he could definitely fight for the victory, but well, it wasn't the case in the end. So, and yeah, Joseph is already at the back of Arietta. This is gonna get really entertaining to the line. As I said, this is for Constructors. Joseph needs to take as much points possible. Actually, no, I'm wrong. If Joseph gets P5 of the race, that's gonna be 17 plus 15 points. That's gonna be 32 points against Cucumbers. Yeah, 31 points. Or yeah, they're subtracting 1 point, so that would be 1 point gap between both teams coming into the break. Baraka keeps closing the gap shortly, but keeps closing it on Thales. Joseph Vesely right at the back of Arietta will be looking for the overtake. But I think it isn't going to be too easy to do, of course. Joseph now using the ERS. The ERS, I think he's not even attempting. I think he's going to get a kind of clear move in here. He's going to send it down the inside. No. To use some more ERS, he would have got the move done. Even on a season where Cucumber has been that dominant, like on this one, we are having a Constructors' Championship. That's because Cucumber is almost alone. Yanni, his teammate, has just raced twice, and yeah, that doesn't help at all for the Alfa Romeo team. Archives and Simsoga having a little battle in here. Yeah, Archives and fresh tires. Josef's really close. It's gotta be the lap where he can get the move done. Oh, has a little slide there, but saves the car. Nice driving there by Joseph, saving that one. Arrieta now, I think, gets a little mistake out of that corner. This is gonna be where the overtake can be done by Joseph. He's gonna attempt it now. DRS enabled. DRS enabled, but he still stays behind. He's not looking for the move yet. I think he's trying that Arrieta's light gets flashing or something. Baraka doing his best to close the gap to Thales. Doesn't really need it because Thales has that penalty, of course. Cucumber saving DRS, crazy guy. 80% DRS, not even pushing at all. So I said Nick FIFA not in a range to take away Thales' podium. And at the end Joseph lost some time against Arrieta here. You might want to try and attempt that move as soon as possible. 3 laps to go on this Hungarian Grand Prix. Mash is coming in the pit lane. I'm gonna switch to softs. He wants to take away Cucumber's fastest lap. Yellow flag. That's Archives. Costs him the place against Simsoka. Simsoka once again finds a way to score. He's gonna score good points today, I guess. Didn't give up at all in all this race. Nice job there by Simsoka. Joseph gets close once again. But can he get the move done is the question. Well, now gets a nice exit. Can he get one here in the where it matters? Well, 2 laps to go. He's definitely gonna try and attack this time. He should blast all the DRS, try and get the move done on Arrieta. But Arrieta's actually doing the same. Arrieta goes defensive down the inside. Is Joseph able to make this move work? Tries to switch back there, and he's gonna try and make it all the way by the outside. Arrieta defends that place really well, and is gonna stay ahead. Arrieta stays ahead of Joseph Vesely, but Joseph is gonna have one more lap to try it. The final lap of the race. At the end, Baraka never was able to catch Thales, so we didn't have the battle. But we do. But of course, Arrieta picks a penalty. Now it's not even necessary for him to get past Joseph, for Joseph to get past him. Well, then Baraka, at the end, as I said, never managed to catch Thales, but he doesn't really need it. He is going to take P2 anyway due to Thales' time penalty. But of course, we didn't get a battle on track between these two, which would have been really nice to see. So, lap 35 of the race, we have a yellow flag. Is that the Aston Martin of Wesley? Simsoka also in the pit lane. He's going to attempt the fastest lap as well, but Humor is going to attempt it now. Nope, he's not. He's going to attempt it. He's just sitting there. He doesn't even care about the fastest lap at all. At all. And Joseph now just gonna stay calm there. Not even gonna try the move, I guess. Or will he? Yeah, he doesn't need to risk it because he has the place anyway. And he needs those points for the team to make it a 1-point gap between both Alfa and Ferrari. If no one is able of taking Cucumber fastest lap away from him. Mash now does. So that's it. Tied on points. Ferrari and Alfa after this race. because Mash has picked the fastest lap of the race. Mash gets ahead of Wesley, but he has penalties, of course. Does Wesley got a puncture? I don't think he does. But he's going really slow. He ran out of fuel probably. And here comes Slippery Cucumber to win the 1000th race of the season. Well, there goes Cucumber and wins the Hungarian Grand Prix. Baraka will come home in second place of the race due to Thales penalty. Comes the line in second place. Thales gonna complete the podium, second podium of the season. And Nick FIFA, Joseph. Oh, Arita ran out of fuel. He might lose it. No, he's not gonna lose to anyone. Arita, Nick FIFA in 4th, Joseph in P5. He also ran out of fuel. No, he didn't, I think. Arita in P6. Mash on P7. Wesley also ran out of fuel. Simsoka, I think, finished this race lap. And Wesley is gonna be the last one to cross the line. Thankfully for himself, he's not going to lose any more places. Who got the fastest lap at the end? Was it? It was Mash. Mash got the fastest lap in the end. So, that's 30 points for Cucumber, 32 points for the Ferrari team. That means we are tied on points going into a break, and we have 4 exciting rounds to decide the Constructors' Championship between Alfa and Ferrari. So that's the end of the race. Cucumber wins, Baraka in second and Thales in third, a classic IOR podium, as I said before. Between these three, once again, the battle for constructors is more spicy than ever between Alfa and Ferrari. And well, we're gonna go now to the national anthem and the post-race interviews. So going now with the Canadian National Anthem for Slippery Cucumber. So we're coming now into the post-race interviews for the Hungarian Grand Prix. We have our race winner Slippery Cucumber on the party, and also Mash, who was in that really close battle for pole position today. So let's get started now with our race winner Slippery Cucumber. So once again, congratulations for another win. Maybe qualifying wasn't the easiest. If I'm not wrong, you started on P4 on the grid, but at the end you always managed to find a way and get those overtakes done and win the race by 10 seconds, which I think was the gap from today. So first of all, what happened in qualifying? I saw you struggling a bit, I think twice in the same spot going round.
Yeah, I had a good banker, but then I don't know, it was just two silly mistakes, to be honest. I've never really had problems around that corner, but it seemed when I touched the curb, my force feedback kind of just went a bit weird, and it caused the car to snap. But I wasn't too worried. At the moment, I thought I was still second, though, when qualifying ended. So I was quite surprised when I saw myself fourth. I'm like, oh, well, that makes it a lot harder around Hungary. But I wasn't worried going to the race. I knew, I wasn't going to make that mistake. I wasn't going to let it happen. I just had to have good race pace and pick my battles right.
So talk us about a bit that first stint, which, well, at the end I saw you weren't trying to go to defensive against Talus, I think in lap 2, where he just deployed his CRS, his battery, and got past you in the main straight, where of course he had the faster tires. Then you just tried to stick to the back of all that train. I think they were fighting really hard ahead of you, and well, at the end, with the better hard tires, I think like 3 drivers picked mediums, and also that collision between Theos and match happened, you managed to get overall that and managed to retake the lead of the race.
Yes. I saw that they were starting on mediums. I think it was Nick FIFA, Mateus, and Tails. So I knew a bit of a different strategy would come into play during the race. I'm always starting on the hards. It's just the meta on this game. Having the faster tires at the end of the race is just a lot better. So I wasn't too worried about letting Tails going by. I knew he would be quicker than me, and he was quicker than me for about, I would say, like the 12, 13 laps of the race. He had good pace, and he was making overtakes, so I was fine with it. He stick to me pretty close in the first lap, so I was okay with letting him go, because I knew I could stay within the DRS. It was just a waiting game, because I knew their tires would be going off probably after lap 12, 13, and by that time the hards are starting to come into play, and I can start making my strategy work a bit more. It obviously helped with Mateus and Mash crashing. That definitely freed up some overtakes, but yeah, it was pretty good.
Then I want to ask a bit of a question about this. Well, of course, Baraka came back to the grid after a long time, and well, I think it would have been nice to see a wheel-to-wheel battle between you two, but I saw him making a lot of overtakes, started on P13 and started to go through the field, and I think managed to a top 5 at some point. So were you thinking about Baraka at some point in the race, or maybe having him on the grid in the start? Were you maybe worried about him? No, he thought he would come for you at some point, maybe, or nothing like that today?
I was a bit worried during like the first stint of the race. On the hards, I noticed he was getting up places pretty quick. But once the medium runners pit and I saw he was 5 seconds behind, I knew, I mean, that's a pretty good buffer, and as long as I keep the car in a straight line and no penalties, we should be able to finish first. But yeah, I was a little bit worried on the first stint, but I kind of eased off after the second stint.
And well, now something I want to talk as we going into the break now, and we come into the last 4 races: Netherlands, Austin, Brazil, and finally Abu Dhabi. Looking into the Constructors' Championship, now the gap was 2 points between Alfa and Ferrari before this race. Now after this race, the gap will be none. It's you're both tied on points with 4 races to go, and well, of course, with Yannis, poor attendance. How are you looking forward into this last 4 rounds?
I'm confident. The Ferrari team's strong. They always manage to, I would say, keep top 5, like they're pretty quick. I think if Johnny can start attending a bit more, I think we can create a bit of a lead. But ultimately, it's going to depend on if we have 2 Alfa Romeo drivers or 1.
Yeah, because I mean, when Yanni has raced, you've always done a really good job, like in the Imola double podium, also in Silverstone, you finished, I think, both in the top 5. But then the real problem is that Yanni, I think, just attended 2 races out of 8 to this point, so that's definitely not helping the team. So maybe trying to talk, say some good things about other drivers. Maybe if Yanni isn't able to attend as much races in the coming months for F123, have you thought about someone you would like to team that you know is consistent and will bring the points home to secure a constructor's title? Have you thought about someone, or no one actually?
I haven't thought in my mind, but I know there's a lot of good guys in this league. Like Mosh would be a great one. He's quick. Obviously his time zone's a bit odd, but he's really good. Nick FIFA's another consistent one. I think Nick FIFA's a solid driver, super consistent. Yeah, I would say between Mosh and Nick FIFA, I like them too. I find them, they attend most races and they're quick, usually at the front.
Well, but then we'll see then in the coming rounds. Of course, you'll have the attempt 4 races to try and win that constructor's title, which I think you don't win since long time ago in season 3. It's gonna be already 2 years with Stanley and the Williams. Don't know if you remember those times in F121.
I do. Good Stanley.
But yeah, it could be a long time you win a constructor's title. Unfortunately, you haven't got the best teammate for one or another reason. Maybe not because they are bad drivers, or because many times they can't attend, like Yanni, for example.
Mm-hmm.
But well, we'll see what happens in the next 4 rounds. So now I'm gonna move with Mash. So first of all, gonna congratulate you for giving us a really good show in qualifying. I think that was possibly the best qualifying of all the season, with the top 4 in less than a tenth, the top 3 in 11 thousandths. But talking about the race itself, what can I say about that first stint? Of course, I know it's really a lot of controversy what happened there, but started on the hards. At the start, I saw Theos pull away over the DRS gap, 1.7, but then you started closing around lap 7, and finally got into the DRS. And when you started attacking, of course, that collision happened, which I think it should never happen in a professional league race like IOR attempts to be. I think that move is totally unacceptable. But from your perspective, what can you say about all that first stint?
Yeah. Hey, so qualifying was, yeah, it was a bit frustrating. I misjudged the time to in between runs. So on my second run, I was on a really good lap. Like I would have been like a 15.4, maybe 3. Like it was really good, and then I just abandoned so I could do my final run, which in hindsight I probably should have just finished that lap. It would have been good enough. And then on my final run, the QRT driver, like his out lap was so slow. Like it was so slow, and it was about to rain. Like I couldn't get any tire turns. So yeah, I just couldn't put it together in that last lap. And then starting behind him at the hards was okay. I was following, but when I got close, he was all over the place. Like he was making mistakes left, right, and center. Like I was losing a lot of time, and he was lagging a little bit, so it was like hard to make a move, especially in sector 2 in those tight, twisty sections. So I had to wait until I got a clear shot on the straights, and then when I got my shot, got past him. And then, look, there's nothing controversial about it. I think it's pretty clear what happened. For some reason, I seem to have an issue with QLT drivers. I don't know why, but yeah, look, I agree. It's something that shouldn't be happening at all, really. I was in a good position up until then. My pace felt decent, especially on the mediums. My pace felt really good. So yeah, look, from the lead, I think I would have finished right up there on the podium. So yeah, it's a bit frustrating. Yeah, I don't think he should have ever gone for that. I think it's quite clear he should have given that up. And yeah, ruined my race, didn't ruin his race. Yeah, it's frustrating, but it is what it is.
But well, then talking about the rest of the race, I saw you try to extend those hards as much as you could. So, what was the reason behind it? Were you waiting for a safety car, maybe?
Yeah, I was like, if I could either pit really early for meds and then try to get up to like P4, P5, maybe, or I could just stick it out, wait for a safety car. So I chose to just stick it out, hope for a safety car, and then on the fresh meds, I would have been right up there. So. Yeah, it didn't work out, but I think it still got fastest lap and still finished somewhere in the points, which is decent. But yeah, that's the issue sometimes when your race gets ruined and you don't get a safety car. There's no coming back from it, especially a track like Hungary where you can't really overtake. It's so hard to overtake. So yeah, that was a plan. Just stick it out, get fastest lap. There's a safety car, it's a big bonus. If there isn't, and it's an extra point. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
So talking a bit about the future, as Slippery Cucumber mentioned, of course we're gonna have a big break before the next season in F1 23, which hopefully will be a much better game. But maybe if you would consider a full-time seat, would you like to team up with Slippery Cucumber next season in the new game?
Yeah, look, we'll see how the new game goes. Yeah, I'm not sure how much I'm going to play the new game, honestly. But if I like it, if I do like it, yeah, I mean, yeah. You wouldn't be a bad teammate. I think we'd work well together. So yeah, we'll just have to see how the new game is. My interest level. I mean, everyone's interest level at that time. Um, but yeah, like he's a very good driver, very consistent. So yeah, having someone like him as your teammate would be very helpful.
And well, now I'm gonna make the general question that I always do about the next race. So, in 2 weeks' time, we come into Netherlands. We have a break week, finally a break week. It's been a bit tough this, well, running the league and all the stuff, and that's why we have break weeks after every 4 weeks. So, coming into next round, we come to Netherlands, which is a really similar track to Hungary in the terms that, well, it's difficult to overtake. I think it's even more difficult to overtake. You only have possibly the main straight to do. In Hungary, at least, you have the first 2 straights. In Netherlands, I think the second DRS one is not really useful to overtake, just to try and get a bit closer for the main straight. But well, how do you expect to do around Netherlands? Of course, Mash, hopefully you get to race there as well. But if you did get to race, how are you two expecting to do around there?
I love it. It's my favorite track in the game. So yeah, like I'm really quick there. So we'll see. I think my one-lap pace is it's okay. I think it's gotten worse for some reason. I used to be a lot quicker over one lap, but now it's not great. But my race pace is it's really solid. So yeah, I think it's a short track as well, so it's going to be really close. Like qualifying in the race, strategy is going to be crucial. It's yeah, like if it's like this one, but a bit with less incidents, then yeah, I think we're in for a really good race.
What track is it? Sorry.
Netherlands.
Netherlands.
Oh, Netherlands.
Sample, yeah.
Yeah, not bad. I haven't done too much racing around there. It should be interesting. Hard overtake, so qualifying is going to be pretty crucial.
Yeah, it's just about who can put in the tidiest lap really. Like as we saw today, like none of the laps were perfect, but whoever like put in the cleanest lap got pole. So yeah, it's going to be exactly the same really.
Actually, just realized, Cucumber, you don't have a win on Netherlands in IOR.
No.
Yeah, this could be the first one.
We'll see. We'll see.
Oh, so is Netherlands worth a bit of practice? You reckon?
It's up to you. I mean, a bit tough. Gotta watch for them curves.
Oh yeah, that is true. That is true.
Well, I guess that's all my questions for now, and well, thank you for your time, Cucumber, Mash, and congratulations on the win, Cucumber. Congratulations, Mash, on giving us a really good race. Also, that great qualifying definition at the end. So, well, hopefully we'll meet again in 2 weeks' time for the Dutch Grand Prix, and coming into the last 4 rounds of the season, also the last 4 rounds in F122 to finally say goodbye to this game that many people don't like, including myself, but of course it's the game that we have now. Hopefully F123 will be better. And yeah, something I would like also, Mash, is if you could report the incident with Theos. I would appreciate it, because I think stewards should do something about that, because as I said, that's a really unprofessional move, so I think should be penalized, and probably will not if not reported. So if you had the footage, I think you should send it.
Yeah, yeah, will do.
Alright then, so, well, hopefully to meet you in 2 weeks' time, and goodbye, guys.
Ciao. You guys have a good one.